Hello again, Fairhaven Town Administrator Keith Hickey with the latest edition of Town Report for the week ending March 20th, 2026. Hope everybody had a great St. Patrick's Day and enjoying a little bit of the warm weather that's coming our way. Just so you're aware, and we'll talk about it at next week's Select Board meeting, the town of Fairhaven ended up spending just under $1 million on the snowstorm from a couple of weeks ago. The fire chief, who's our emergency management director, Chief Correa, has put together a reimbursement request through FEMA. The town would receive up to 75% of eligible costs. So we're right now looking at receiving $600,000+ back if there's a catastrophe declared. The town of Fairhaven and will look to raise this at the special town meeting this spring on May 2nd. About $373,000, which is Fairhaven's costs for our current staffing and other expenses that weren't eligible through FEMA. So I want to thank again everybody for their efforts on that, their patience in some instances, and Chief Correa for tracking this stuff and doing a great job at keeping everybody on track. We won't know for a while whether or not they declared a disaster, and we probably won't receive the money from the federal government for several months, but we're at least hoping they declare an emergency so we can be eligible for the $600,000+. Also, as a reminder, the Select Board approved new hours for the town office building. Those new hours are 7:30 in the morning to 6 o'clock in the evening on Mondays, 7:30 to 4:30 Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then 7:30 to 11:30 in the morning on Fridays. Just a friendly reminder of that. We have a joint meeting with the Select Board, the Finance Committee, and the School Committee on Thursday night, the 19th. The reason for that meeting is to try to sit down and have conversations about if a Proposition 2.5 override is going to be proposed, what departments that override may be proposed for, and by what amounts. And then ideally, the three groups will sit down and have conversations and try to come up with final numbers for an override if there's going to be one. So the three financial boards can be in sync with what the requests are going to be going forward with the public. The Select Board also has a meeting next Monday night, the 23rd of March. On the agenda, there's going to be some discussions about the rental amounts that we're charging for the north side of Union Wharf. We're going to discuss and decide on the 2025 annual town report cover. There's some additional opioid litigation settlement opportunities that we're being recommended by our legal counsel to support and approve 3 additional defendants and receiving some additional funds on the opioid legislation settlement. So the board would have to authorize that. We're going to also discuss changing the Select Board protocols a little bit. There's been some inconsistencies, I guess I should say, with how we deal with some executive session information in the past. At least in the recent past, the Select Board has been provided executive session information that they can take with them after the meeting. There are other boards who are only provided the executive session information the evening of the meeting, and they have to leave the executive session documentation at the end of the meeting and in the building, so they can't take it with them. There's going to be some discussion on whether or not to have the Select Board no longer take information on executive session prior to the meeting or after the meeting. And then lastly, the Select Board is going to close the town meeting warrant, discuss articles, vote on articles, and close the town meeting warrant. So could be a lengthy meeting, but the budget review process is starting to come to a close, and I've been meeting with groups once or twice a week now to discuss where things stand with the budget. I met with the Republican committee last night, met with the Democratic committee a couple of weeks ago. And I'm meeting with other groups as well to try to just have a conversation about what's being proposed in the budget so people are aware of what's happening. If you have a group that you'd like me to participate in and have a conversation with, please reach out to me. I'm happy to try to do that if I can and make myself available to that group so people are aware of what's happening. And again, all the information on the budget is on the town website, so we're trying to make it as pain-free as possible to get yourself up to speed and understand what's happening. But if you ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to answer anything you have. So another busy week coming up over the next couple of weeks with budget stuff. Try to stay tuned and stay up to date. Town meeting again is May 2nd, Saturday, May 2nd, so we're 6 weeks or so away. So try to understand what's happening as far as that goes and make your town meeting representatives aware how you feel. So if you have questions, please feel free and reach out. But if not, I will talk to you again sometime next week. Have a great day.